The band is back together, ladies and gentlemen. Off from vacation. First one, Travis would let me take in a year and a half. I finally had a vacation. Tampa, I leave for 1 week, and you come back looking like that. What in the hell are you wearing?
This is me paying my dues, my bets. I got this Austin Dillon crew shirt. And don't worry, he's a Daytona 500 champion, so we got the replica ring to say props. Hey, he said it. It was like a win, 6th place. I've never seen anything like it. Crazy, but I opened my big mouth, and that bum showed up every time. It's crazy.
I'm just letting it air out. See, I've been married to a lawyer long enough to know that just give the deposition some space. They'll keep talking.
That's it. Hey, hats off. 6th place run. No one ever saw it coming. So, hats off.
Not even them.
No.
I mean, he legitimately said this is like a victory.
Well, then I heard you had a man on here who predicted Austin Cindric. Heads up. What's up with you, Professor? Where's your damn at?
To my credit, I had him 8 or 13 positions better than he was the week before. But there ain't no way he was getting in the top 10.
And yet he won.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. Did you win any money last week, Tampa? Obviously, your big mouth got you in trouble on the Austin Dillon bet.
Overall, we lost money. But we did have Austin Cindric live bet when he on that last restart, so I felt good about that. Lucked into that. And then Denny Hamlin's top 5 streak is at 5, so we're riding that right now.
I wouldn't ride it this week.
What's that?
I wouldn't ride that top 5 streak this week.
Nope.
I filled out my bracket challenge. I did okay.
How many did you get right?
I want to say 11, but don't quote me. I think 11. Here's what I did, though. So I got 11 right, but more importantly, I'm looking ahead now. Okay? That all of my round of 8 drivers are still in it. So I don't have any continuation knockouts, which is important. You know, it's like when you get an upset and you had that going all the way to the Final Four, you're basically dead. So in the bracket world, I feel like I'm pretty good. And after looking at Russ's bald head squint over there, it tells me that he's not so good.
Not
No?
good at all. Not good at all.
Well, let's hear it. What happened?
Well, my guy Truex, Austin Dillon, screwed me.
I almost had Dillon picked to beat
going
him.
for the championship.
So how about this, though? Let's talk about the bracket challenge real quick. Hocevar, monster run, and it's still not good enough.
Haley, monster run.
Haley, that's what I should have led with, actually. You're absolutely right. Like Hocevar, this is where he burst on the scene, right? Ran great at St. Louis, exploded the rotor a year ago, backed it up with another great run. Haley, monster run, and gets eliminated.
And Kyle Busch finishes 35th and moves on.
That might be a bigger shock.
Mm-hmm. I mean, RCR, 2 big wins.
Blaney goes
Well, can we
the
put
race.
St. Louis behind us yet, or do we have to talk some more about Tampa Timms in this outfit?
We don't need to put it behind us just quite yet. Andy Gibson, Justin Haley, top 10, cashed that. We had another person had an Austin Cindric win, so he cashed that. He also had Blaney, so we had a couple Blaney bad beats.
That's a real bad beat, though. So let's talk about that. The Blaney's. That's a good. Let's have a bad beat conversation. First of all, great show. Scott Van Pelt, SVP, spectacular. Does a great job with it. Bad beats in other sports. I don't want to say they're easier to understand, but I guess they're not more regularly happen. But there's just more examples because there's so many more games, right? So I think we know what a bad beat was. Tampa. If you were a Blaney bettor, was that a bad beat?
Oh, yeah. Baddest of bad beats. Because, he got lucky with Bell losing an engine. So maybe you could say it was like a moot point there, but he was leading coming to the white flag.
I figure Rick Allen was calling him in. That's what happened. But
Well, you know who Rick Allened him?
no.
Team Penske, Rick Allen, their own guy.
How about that? Can we talk about that too?
Like, you can't do that.
For the fans that are listening that don't know what we're talking about, Team Penske tweeted basically, I don't want to paraphrase, like a congratulatory,
a winning photo.
A winning photo. Blaney wins in St. Louis, and he hadn't won yet. Were they trying to make the airplane? Like, did they have a dinner date? Like, they couldn't wait another. It's not a 2.5 mile track. Like, he'd have been back in just a little bit if you'd have just waited that extra 25 or 30. There's no way, as a social media guy, if I'm your manager, I'm waiting on I want to hear this bull excuse on how you posted this too early.
Just brutal. So anybody that held a Blaney card, I feel bad for you. We had a guy, David Light, Ross Chastain versus Buescher cashed that. Bell versus Gibbs, he cashed that. And the only reason I think he might have cashed that Bell one at the end is he can thank Martin Truex for helping push him to the finish line. Kyle McCoy had Austin Cindric top 10. He had Brad Keselowski in a group. He had Austin Cindric to win also. So Cindric made some people some money this past weekend.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you what. I was in town for the 600, and then I left on the Monday after on my little family vacay. I got blown up by some guy on social media about Kyle Larson and the sportsbook should void the bets, and this guy went off the deep end mad that the Larson bets were losers and not voids.
No, hold on a second. Any bet with the 600 was voided. Now, if you did a parlay with him in the 500 and that leg didn't cash, they didn't void it because you lost the first leg. That's on you.
All right, can we move forward? Can we just put my vacation week? I leave you guys for 1 week and Timms loses money.
Yeah, don't leave.
And ends up in an Austin Dillon shirt. I don't know what happened on the pod last week, but y'all are picking on Timms. I leave and you pick on him.
No.
I did it to myself.
He brought it up on himself. He said if Martin Truex loses to Austin Dillon next week, I will be head to toe in Austin Dillon gear.
He also it wasn't like if Truex wins, somebody else had to do something. He had nothing. This was a dumb one. He also
there was no game.
He also said bet the mortgage. So good thing he doesn't own a house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. Is
that why you have that artwork behind you, or are you in a different location? What is that artwork?
I have no idea. If you look close, they're outside the lines too a little bit. But
your roommate is. I feel like this is some sort of an attempt to broaden his horizon or something. I don't know. It's not.
It was an attempt. It was an attempt for sure. But no, it was equivalent to Baltimore County beating Virginia in the March Madness tournament. Couldn't see this one coming.
And here we are.
All right, let's just move forward. I've had enough. Sonoma, Professor, you have the floor. Take us back on track.
So I think it's going to be a little different this week. There's a brand new re-paved. The whole track has been re-paved. So I don't know how much you feel like the same guys will be good. I know there's some people out there that think that, the guys that were good before might not necessarily be good again. So we have an hour practice on Friday, or it's 50 minutes, I think. So I think that's going to be a big teller for this weekend.
Short course, repave. I'm a little interested to see how the curbing and stuff, we talk a lot about the pavement. That's going to be a big conversation. But curbing, just a lot of stuff is going to change at the road courses with the repave. So I'm a little interested, as you mentioned. Sonoma in general used to be what I would call like the Martinsville of road courses. It was slow, tons of tire wear. It was a track where you could actually make some ground on tires. So the strategy wasn't. It was kind of obvious for the winner, but maybe not as obvious for the guy running 10th or 12th. I think that's all up in the air now. I would be shocked if we have any tire fall off. I think it's going to be a very, very efficiently called pit before, pit only twice, call the strategy all about track position. And for that reason, I do think it is going to change the predicted outcome a little bit. On that major asterisk qualifier, let's hear about the predictor. Who do you have?
I have Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Truex, William Byron, Christopher Bell. That's my tier 1, if you will.
I don't hate any of those.
What's interesting, though, is your 1 and 2 in Vegas are not 1 and 2. They are Elliott is 7th out in Vegas, and Reddick is 6th.
Who does Vegas love?
Not a
Vegas
great
has
track for Reddick. I will give you that.
Vegas has Truex as the hands-down favorite, and then Byron, Gibbs, Larson, and Bell are all the same plus 750. Then it's Reddick and Elliott at 850.
Byron, Gibbs. Like, Gibbs hasn't won a race.
Yeah, but he's been top 5 in the last 3 road course races.
Yeah, you know what second will pay you? 0. You lose your bet.
So, but Truex is the defending winner. He's won 3 of the last 5 there. He's won there 4 times. That's why he's the favorite.
I do think some of Truex's advantage goes away, though. So I think some of his advantage is that right foot. He's so good at power down on that older asphalt. For that reason, I mean, I think this is a little bit of a hard predict. I mean, it's a little bit of a hard guess prediction type thing. I mean, that's my point. I pick on you, but that's the point about Gibbs. I mean, a win? Is this going to be a first-time win?
Well, it would be, but I don't think so.
It would be. I'm going to tell you guys, that's why we bring him here. We bring him here, Tampa Timms, for information. I leave for 1 week, and you let him go rogue with conversations and comments like that.
Just so you know, my self-esteem was way higher last week. I just told you that Ty Gibbs has been top 5 in the last 3 road course races.
All right, jump right to it then. What are we betting? Come on, Professor. Give me your tier 2. I don't like any of the tier 1s, so keep going. Tier 2. Okay, let me rephrase this. I don't not like tier 1s because I don't think they're going to pick. I have no idea who I would pick. So for that reason, let's move to tier 2.
Okay, Buescher.
Eh.
Okay. Now, is this for wins, or what are we betting here?
Tampa.
I was going for wins. This is tier 2 is like, this is kind of where I'm thinking about placing a pre-race bet.
I'm going to tell you that I think it's a surprise winner this week. I think Cindric is the start of a surprising summer run of new winners. And when I say new, I mean new for this season. I don't mean career. I'm not, I think we're going to have a long shot summer. There you go.
Yeah.
Long shot summer starting with Cindric.
I think any of these favorites in these tier 1 guys, you can bet live towards the end of the race. I don't think you should place any of these guys before or after practice and qualifying. I don't think they're worth a shot.
So then I have Buescher, Gibbs, Allmendinger, McDowell, Bowman, Hamlin, Chastain, Busch. Now, Busch has been really consistent there lately.
I know, but according to his Twitter handle, they're running the full track.
Running a full track and he's wrecking at testing. Like, it's not a good week for him.
Vibes aren't good there.
Oh.
I like the Allmendinger, McDowell, Buescher. Pick one of those guys and see how they do. I like Allmendinger a lot. I just think, he shows up just to win these things.
I like McDowell over Allmendinger.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. I would bet both, but at that point, I don't know. Pick a coin flip there at plus 1,400.
Tier 3.
Suarez, Logano, Cindric, Blaney, Keselowski, Briscoe.
Who's the first driver with plus money for a top 10?
Top 10 is Will Brown and Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch all at plus 100.
Will Brown, first start, correct, for RCR?
Yes.
I don't know a lot about Will Brown. What do I need to know about him, Professor?
It's his first start.
Yeah, this will be his first start.
Tell you what, Trev. I'm not sure I like the night podcast. Y'all are a little feisty.
It's brought to you by tequila.
Have you guys put your Celtics to win yet, bet in?
No, I'm actually thinking about betting the Mavs to win the series. It's like plus 175.
I'll take your action right now.
I didn't say I'm taking it. I'm just... You know what? You still owe me a 6-pack, right?
I do.
Double or nothing.
So Will Brown from Australia, supercar guy, leads the point standings, 3 wins this season. He's in the RCR car, 33.
I can't get him in the top 10. I think he's going to be, not because of his talent. I just think it's kind of like Kyle Larson going to Indy. There's a lot to learn, a lot to upset.
So is this one where the other guys are going to kind of use him up? Or, like, how good is, like, because we said this about SVG and he came into Chicago and won. Like,
I expect there to be very few yellows. And it's going to be like, who am I thinking that was at Indy last year that was so fast after having so much trouble in practice? He got barely any laps, started at the back, and he drove up to like the mid-teens, but he just never had a chance.
Is that Kobayashi?
No.
Kostecki?
Yes.
Yes.
Brody.
Man, Tampa Timms from the top rope.
RCR.
Brody
baby.
Kostecki in basically this RCR entry.
What about Logano at 45-1? Is that crazy to me that he's 45-1? Logano?
Professor?
I don't. I would say he's probably your best one back there.
I like Paul Wolf. I like Paul Wolf on these crazy repaves.
You know, he was third there last year. He was fourth 2 years ago.
That's a bad line, Tampa. I'm with you. That's a bad line. That's a 20, 22, 25 line. That's not a 45 line.
Especially with track position, and you're not, if you start anywhere, I think below 20th or 15th, you don't really have a shot. Like,
Well,
unless
the
you do some
problem you
strategy.
have is on a repave, track position matters, and Kyle Larson is a qualifying machine at Sonoma.
So is William Byron, though, on road courses, too.
And what are their odds, Trav?
Byron is 750, Larson 750.
So here's the problem. Like, I can't bet. Tampa, you had it called right. Look, so let's talk about who we think you really need to take pre-live action. Let's just cut right to it for these listeners because we're wasting their time kicking the ball around. Joey Logano, 45-1. That's a real pre-race bet. Who else do you even consider? Because, and this isn't a knock, but they're like, you don't got to take plus 750 at a repaved road course. There's 3 asterisks on the predictor model. Like, it's just not going to work. So, Logano, who else is a long odd back there you like? What's McDowell's odds?
14-1.
Nope.
What about Bowman?
Oh, I've already said he's going to win a race this year. So if he wins, I'm going to celebrate all the way to my.
Yeah, he was fourth earlier this year at Coda.
I don't hate that.
I think he's a top 10. I think we missed him last week. That streak ended, but I think we don't leave him just quite yet. What do you think?
Listen, I'm just going to shoot you straight. This is a hard week for me, man. A repaved Sonoma, I don't know what to make of it. I really don't.
I got your ultimate upset, and I think top 10's where you bet him. It's Justin Haley plus 350. He's a good little road racer. The question is he going to be up there enough in qualifying for it to matter? But if he is, 350's off the table.
Agreed.
2 top 10s, I think, in the last, 7 races or something like that. So he's on a little bit of a streak here, too.
I like where your head's at there.
What about a Cam Waters? He's in another RFK car.
I can't get by that. Nope.
What do you think of Bubba's 200-1? Kozlowski's 100-1.
I like Bubba better at 700 for a top 10. That's a real bet.
Yeah, I don't see Bubba winning, but I could see him sneaking in there.
I could see him running 8th, 9th, 10th.
You're going to sweat that thing until the very last,
I think this is a great weekend for matchups.
Really?
I do.
I think they're all coin flips.
Oh,
Really
no.
just pick
Byron
a
over
side.
Gibbs is damn near a lock.
Really?
Yep.
Man, I don't know.
The man hasn't won a race yet.
Yeah, but he is good on road courses. If he's going to win, it's probably going to be on a road course.
Yeah, but Byron's been top 2 the last 3 road courses.
Yeah,
Thank you, Professor. What do we have against? So I'm going to tell you. Last year was about parity. I'm getting ready to lose my this year on this, man. When do we think a kid that's never won a race should be heads up against William Byron? No chance. Nope, ain't happening.
So you're saying bet that now before it
Fact.
moves.
William Byron. How about this? Professor, head-to-head tool. Career starts, Byron against Gibbs. Let's just take a gander.
66 starts, 43-23.
Okay.
Well, what about
Okay, let's go this year.
And it's all green for Byron, basically.
Tell you.
this season.
I drank a lot in Greece, guys, but it didn't delete my whole brain. I still remember some of this stuff.
Let me go find that bet right now and just place it. Let's just mid.
What's this year? Let's go this year, Professor. Let's just go this year.
8-7, but the last 10 races they're 7-3.
For whom?
Byron over Gibbs.
Oh, look at that.
He's crushed them. Jeez.
I mean, this is my point. Like, look, okay, let me be honest. Can Gibbs outrun Byron? Of course. Right? The kid's good. You guys are right. But even heads up? Please.
Bets placed.
I should open this spreadsheet a long time ago. You guys are missing all the good bets.
Is this a week where you take like the plus money, like Busher plus 125 over Truex minus 165?
I'm going to watch practice, I'll be honest. I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time knowing what the re-paved looks like.
So Truex also did the tire test there.
Okay. Then don't take anybody against Truex. Because let me tell you what, guess who did the tire test at North Wilkesboro?
Logano.
Guess who did the tire test at Iowa?
Keselowski, Bell, and Larson.
Larson. And Bell. I think Bell's going to be a monster there, too.
Except for Kyle Busch with Indy, you might be able to fade him.
Well, but just because you went there doesn't mean you tested. You have to actually run all the laps.
Okay, let's
tested the safety equipment out. That was good.
Let's move to qualifying first. There's a few qualifying matchups. Are there any that pique your interest?
McDowell over Suarez, Larson over Bell.
McDowell over Suarez?
Oh, he's looking at the race ones.
What are you reading?
Oh, I'm at the race. Hold on.
Go up to the qualifying there, Chief.
Back it down. I was looking for it in Greek.
The wine's pretty good at that Burton compound, huh?
Byron and No, this is my first glass, you dummy. I'm on my. Listen, here's the problem. I normally have my 3 screens. I have a system. I'm on this little damn 8x10 here.
It looks like you're being held hostage. All right, so Byron McDowell is that
Nope,
one.
not touching it. Dylan, please tell me, Tampa Timms, there's no way you're not taking the Kez over Dylan.
I mean, I'm not betting anything weird. I'm not gonna wear his underwear if he beats him. But you know,
Would you take Keselowski plus 140 in qualifying against Dillon though?
Yeah, I would. I think Keselowski's best road course is Sonoma. He's not great, but it is Sonoma. So
you're talking about we always talk about matchups, and if you can find one where it's different tiers. I know it's qualifying versus a race, but I feel like there's a pretty sizable gap between the two. No, Professor? Or what's your thoughts on reading the model with qualifying?
I would stay away from it.
Okay.
Especially. So if you really wanted to go like head-to-head qualifying, I would take Dillon over Keselowski.
Where do you think they got the lines? From the Professor.
Are there any others? Should we move to the actual race matchups?
I do. So let's go with the ones that are off the board. I hate win stage 1 or win stage 2 in the race. I hate both of them.
Hold on. What about win stage 1 this week in the race?
What are the stages?
When do you think they'll pit?
Right before, right?
Well, give me the race breakdown.
It's 25, 55, 110. So if you think they're going to pit just twice, they can run that first one all the way out.
You can also make it from 22.
Okay.
You're probably a little short, but I bet somebody tries. Okay. Let me rephrase this. I don't like these two bets, but the plus 375 for stage 1 in the race is the bet. It's not stage 2. Whoever wins stage 2 is not going to win the race.
I feel like stage 2 is normally the stage where people try to
flip it. Yeah.
Flip it. Yeah.
I'm not feeling it this week, guys. I'd just love to tell you. I'd love to tell you. I think honesty is an important thing on this, and I'm just not feeling it this week. I'm not feeling a whole lot of bets.
I got to be honest. I don't feel comfortable about a lot of pre-race bets. I got to see practice qualifying. And
now the Memorial, I look like I'm Brandel Chambly. I mean, I got a stack of notes on my paperwork over here. Like, I'm ready to go.
Well, hold on. So who highlighted RCR versus front row?
I did.
Okay, let's hear it then, Russ.
I would take RCR over front row.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Kyle Busch has been very good at Sonoma.
So is Michael McDowell.
Yeah, but not without that plus money.
So you're saying if it was even money, you wouldn't
I would stay away from it. But because of that,
I wouldn't bet front row minus 150. You're right, but if they were heads up,
like Kyle Busch has been top 10 in 7 of the last 8 races at Sonoma. 2-time winner there. Been top 10.
I know, but the repave changes the world.
Okay, but it's still plus money on Kyle Busch. And you also get.
We have a guy sitting in Kyle Busch shirt.
No, it's an Austin Dillon shirt.
Well, they're one and the same at this point. Austin Dillon outran Kyle Busch by 26 spots or something like that.
Okay, let's Suarez versus McDowell. Suarez plus 110, McDowell minus 145.
Plus money.
So you're just kind of is that your thought with this track?
No. Here's what happened. The guy with the stats now acts like he's the gambler. Stick in your lane. Don't worry about the odds. Stick in your lane. You don't know what you're talking about.
Stats talk, feelings don't.
Suarez has won there. McDowell hasn't won there.
but he's the same as Austin Cindric. Cindric came out of nowhere to win. Suarez could do the same, but Suarez has done nothing this year but win Atlanta. That's it. I can't back that. If he was plus 180, maybe, but plus 110, that's still not enough. And McDowell's kind of red hot. I mean, he didn't finish well last week, but he won the pole, led laps.
All you got to do is beat one guy, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I like McDowell on a road course.
I'm just worried about McDowell on a road course thinking he has to win because that's going to be his only ticket.
That's fair.
That is fair. He could overdo it, spin out, finish 26th, and that's how Suarez passes him.
Let's talk about Jack's place. Let's go to the Memorial. Let's head to Dublin, Ohio.
Can I interest you in a bet? It's moved a little. Victor Hovland, defending champ, top Nordic player. He's up against our enemy, Oberg, and then Alex
Oberg's
Noren.
dead to me. He's the Austin Dillon of the PGA Tour.
So I got Victor at plus 120, sitting at plus 115, up against two other guys. Jumped on that.
I like Colin Morikawa this week. Scotty Scheffler at -3. Is that still available? Rumor is they're going to put some water on it tonight. They're going to soften it up. They were unhappy with the play last year.
It is a par 72. We did confirm that. Scotty Scheffler -105 for under 69.5.
I'm riding Scotty.
Xander -130, 70.5 for the under. Victor Hovland, you get plus money for under 70.5. Finau had some really good. Finau is plus money for under 71.5.
I would take all of them under. All of them.
I think that they're going to want to have a good start to the tournament.
They're
Birdies.
not going to be risky. Someone's going to jump out there 7 under. But these guys are looking for, 4 under monster start. They would be happy with 2 or 3 under. I actually, of the ones you said, I think Morikawa was the best. You said he was under 70.5, so 2 under pays.
I didn't say Colin. Let me find Colin for you. Colin Morikawa, oof. A little juicy, under 71.5, -150.
Yep.
So juicy, but, I mean, he's just got to be 2 under. No, he's just got to be 1 under.
What's the key attribute you need to win?
So for Memorial, in theory, it's even though it's a really long, it's like the 5th longest par 72 we play, or we see the PGA Tour plays. It's actually one of the lowest. So here's the thing. It is top 5 or 10 in length, but also top 5 and 10 in smallest greens. So I actually don't think it's a bomber's golf course, while being closer helps. I think it's a ball striker's golf course. I think hitting the greens, I mean, you can say that everywhere, but it's a bigger premium at Memorial because the greens are so small for the length of the course. I did hear some PGA Tour radio today that the green or the rough was not as thick and juicy as it once was. So
to your point, Steve, last year Victor Hovland won it at 7 under, but in the previous years it was Billy Horschel at 13 under, Cantley at 13 under, Rahm at 9 under, Patrick Cantley again 19 under, Bryson DeChambeau 15 under. So I think you're going to see it go back more to you're going to have to at least get to 10 under to win.
oh yeah, it's double digits for sure to win.
How hard's the first hole?
Russ, you just try to fire off some first hole bets, are you?
Oh yeah, I love the first hole bets.
I don't love it because I don't get to see their first hole
See-
Thursday tee time.
That's the thing is if I can't watch it, well, for that I want to no runs for sitting bets. I'll fire off left and right, but
Let's
for the
go
golf
Celtics.
bets,
Let's get our Celtics bets in.
no.
Edmonton.
I'm
I'll
going
win on
against
the
the
Oilers.
double hump. I'm going to Panthers.
I think the
Right.
Panthers are going to win too.
No, 2 good reasons for the Oilers.
I even got a parlay. I even had a Celtics Panthers series win parlay.
It's not bad. That's. A
I was
good one.
thinking under for the Celtics Mavs first game. I know you're not a big under guy.
I would rather pull my eyebrows out than
But-
bet the under.
So my thinking is though they've been off for a little bit.
Oh yeah, and it's the finals. They're going to come out cold. Now I'll get behind first quarter under. They're going to be clanking the clank. I love the first quarter under
Hold
because
on.
I'm not going to watch the first quarter anyway.
Let me see if I can find you quarter. Let's see here.
First quarter under is going to have to be 50. What's the game under? It's going to be like 52 or 3.5.
I'm trying to find it. First quarter under 55.5 minus 115.
Yep, there you go.
I think you're right because then second and third it could heat up and then late in the game, yeah, I think that's the move.
Because I actually think it depends. The over-under for the game depends on how cold they are to start. Because I think they're going to come out cold, but they're going to have a big fourth quarter because they're going to have fresh legs.
Yeah, and the game's going to slow down if it's close. I'm with you. I think I'll ride that under.
All right, where are we at for the day? We've losing Professor because we're not talking racing. For the race, we like Joey Logano.
No,
you're
he's
betting.
firing off bets right
Doing
now.
all your bets.
The second we stop talking NASCAR, he's on his phone firing off bets.
We like Joey Logano early wager in the NASCAR race. You like Justin Haley Tampa Timms for a top 10.
Yep. Plus
I
350.
like Alex Bowman for a top 10.
Alex Bowman for a top 10.
Don't mind
Plus
that either.
180.
All right, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, re-paved Sonoma. There's practice on Friday. You don't want to miss out. We've talked a little bit. We like Logano early. Tampa Tim says wait and see. He's a live bet machine at the moment. I do think, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I do think Friday practice is going to matter. I don't know what to make of the repave. I really don't. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We have some Xfinity racing. More importantly, we have a lot of other stuff going on. NHL kicks off this week. We have the Celtics kicking off this week. In the NBA, we have the Memorial. Right around the corner is the U.S. Open on NBC from Pinehurst. So don't even get me going on the live bets there. Oh, it's just going to be out of control next week. Watch
Are you
party
going?
from Iowa.
Are you going, Stevie?
No.
Someone's got to work.
Those vacation planes don't fly themselves. All right, good luck on your bracket challenges. Good luck on all your bets. May all your bets pay off.